Sit on your blanket and connect to your sitting bones. You can create this gentle rocking movement to have clarity there. Keep your eyes open. You don't need to look at me. Look forward at your eye level and ground your sitting bones. So you're pushing your sitting bones down. This is what it means. Push your sitting bones down and elongate through the base of your skull and the top of your head. So you're creating a traction of your spine. Sitting bones down, top of the head up. You can take your shoulders back and down. Lift the base of the sternum. Open the chest to the side. And close your eyes. Come to your breath and allow the breath to expand the rib cage to the side, to the front, to the back. Notice the gentle movement of your abdomen. Inhaling, the abdomen expands very gently. And exhaling, the abdomen contracts. And not contracts, engages. Follow this movement. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, like coming together. So it's this feeling that not only our lungs are breathing, but the entire body. So it's quite easy to feel the lungs, the ribcage area. It's quite easy to feel the abdomen. But maybe we can take it to the rest of the body, even the hands and the legs, and the head, the face. Maybe. So inhaling, elongating, expanding, taking more space. Exhaling, and it's like we're coming together, we're becoming more dense in a very nice way. So even though we're sitting still, there is movement. Take a deep breath, elongate and expand. And as you exhale, bring your palms to the base of the sternum. Lift the sternum up. And then bow the head down with gratitude. Offering your brain to your heart. And getting ready to learn, to explore, to listen. And gently open your eyes. Allow the gaze to focus. Release the hand. So welcome if you just joined. I see that a few of you just joined. So here we go again. Thank you for joining me for this functional mobility. Today the class, as I said earlier, is going to be a bit different. I don't know how yet. Let's see. So let's start by taking away the blanket and sitting on the ground, very much like yesterday. So separate your feet. Separate your feet wider than hip width apart. And we're going to go into this movement again. So for those of you who are repeating the class, notice your body after. This is not new anymore. Maybe it wasn't new before, but it's not new anymore. Notice how you feel. So we allow the hips to turn and we allow the thoracic spine to twist. And then also allow your abdomen to ring. So you don't really contract and ring it actively. You just follow it. Follow how naturally it does this. Ringing of the abdomen. If you like, you can close your eyes for a moment. Keep the movement. And every time you're turning, it's like you're lifted up. So it's like you're screwing your spine up. Not in, but up. Up, up, and up. And now we're going to add the movement of the hands. So every time you're twisting, your hands are going to come up. You can do this as slow or as fast as you feel like. When your hands are coming up, it's like they're extension of your spine. So your spine is elongating every time you twist. And it's not really alignment hands. They're softer. Yes, good. Okay. And next time that you're in front of one of your thighs, stop. Yeah. And I'm going to go back to the mat. So stop. And we're going to have the front leg open. So we have more or less of a 90-90. Now careful with your knees. If anything is not right for your knee, just come out of it. The other leg, we've done it, we kind of done it yesterday. The other leg is coming in. It's a Virasana leg. If it's comfortable, you can open it, but this is a lot. If it's not, then close it a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take our two hands and place them, one hand in front of the ankle, another one in front of the knee. And we're going to drop down. Up and down. Exactly. Up and down. So when you're going down, it's the chest that wants to reach the ground and not the head. Good. Wave-like movement. Okay, and come up. Good, come to the tips of your hands, and there's almost like a little back bend. So turn the chest completely forward. It's like almost like a pigeon, right? So turn your chest completely forward. The other knee is still open, and you open your chest. It's okay. The imbalance in the pelvis is okay. Good. And then see if you can turn a little bit more deeper. No pain in the SI joint, in the lower back area. If you have pain, go back. Good. And come back to be in front of your shin like a pigeon. And send the other leg to the side. So we're opening the leg forward, flex your foot. Good. And again, the same movement. Come forward and up. It's okay to allow the hips to turn. The leg is active. Keep the foot active. Keep the front of the thigh active. Okay, come up and turn. So now these are the legs of, what's the name of this asana? What's the name of this asana? Now this is the time where I want to have my students answer me. I don't remember.
The Yanu Surasana.
What is it?
The Yanu Surasana.
Janu Shishtasana. Janu Shishtasana. Yes. Thank you. So we're gonna have the foot just inside of the inner thigh. The other leg is straight. If you need, take a blanket under your sitting bones or just bend the knee. For now, it doesn't really matter. It's not static. It's a warm-up. So open your hands, inhale, exhale, and come forward. Don't try to reach down as though you're going to the asana. Just have the movement. Same movement. And we're having movements in the shoulder blades. We're having movements in the back. The leg is active. Good. Okay, we're not staying. We're going to visit this asana later. We're just going to have the feet back to center. Big space between the feet. Turn to the other side. I'm going to turn like that. Turn to the other side. Create a 90-90 like a pigeon leg with the front leg. The back leg, you're going to bring the heel and the foot next to the sitting bone, like a Virasana leg. And maybe if it feels nice, you can open it. But it needs to feel really nice and easy. If not, keep it closed. Good. Now turn to the shin and start moving forward and up. So you want to bring your chest forward, right? Not your head. The head will round the back. You want to elongate. Now notice your mind. Are you looking for something special and strong to happen? Sometimes our yogic minds are looking for that. So just look for the movement, new kind of movement. Maybe you can take your hands a bit forward if it feels nice. Good. Come up. And what did we do? Turn. And then move towards the turn. Be very sweet. If it's too much on your sacrum, be sweet to yourself and retreat back or come forward again. Good. Not staying here very long. Yes. And come up. Bring the other leg forward into Janu Shishtasana. And forward and up. Now allow the hands to play. So it's not the rigidity, which I love, but it's not the rigidity of alignment. Yeah, it's something different. So you're allowing movement. Yeah. Good. Okay. And come up. Now come to lie on your back. So lie on your back. You don't need a blanket under your head, but if you feel that you do, you can take it. Lie on your back and spread your arms to the side. So separate your feet hip width apart or a bit more, and we're going to do something very similar. Movements from side to side. So this is something that is really nice for the psoas. You don't need to feel the psoas, but just know that this is kind of movement, this kind of movement is really nice for that. Every time your knees are going to one side, allow your hips to shift and allow your spine to gently rotate. Good. And the next time that your legs are going to be on the right-hand side, stay. And you're staying in this twist. Good. Trying to take or trying to allow your right leg to go all the way down to the floor. Inhale up, exhale left. All the way down towards the floor. If it reaches, it reaches. If it's not, it's not. Inhale and bring it up. Now bring your right ankle on the top of your left thigh into a figure 4. So I'm looking at you. Yes, you got this. Okay. Now take the tips of your fingers and push the knee away from you. If you're not reaching very well or you're very flexible, what you can do is you can take a brick and extend your arm with the brick. So you're pushing the brick. Yeah? So push the knee away from you and release. Push the knee away from you and release, creating this traction, gentle traction in the hip joints, creating space in the hip joints. Good. Yes. Okay. Now you can stop, let go of the brick, keep the legs as they are. And you're going to keep the right leg in a 90-90. You're going to take the left leg, the other leg that was on the floor, into another 90-90. Let's see. Yes, good. Okay, now try and open. So you're not doing anything with your hands, but you try and open your right knee and take it away from you. Good. Activate both of your legs. Activate both of your legs. And you're going to be static from the outside, but from the inside, you're going to push. So you're pushing the right leg against the left and the left against the right. Yes, very good. Basha, lift your shin up. Yes. Good. Both feet are flexed. Both feet are working. The core is working. Yeah, if it's too much, of course, you can rest. This is a strong one. Or you can do it a little bit easier. Good. And now interlace the fingers, or bring the hand, don't interlace fingers. Bring the hand between, how do I say? Bring the hand around the left leg and interlace the fingers. Now, if the head is coming up, you can take a blanket or a brick under your head and straighten the leg. Which leg? The left leg. So you're straightening the leg. Maybe it doesn't want to straighten all the way up. That's fine. You straighten and release. Yes. Good. Under your hands, you can feel your hamstrings. Yeah, you can connect to that. Good. Flex the foot, even if the leg doesn't straighten all the way. Keep going. Now, if you can, let go of the hands. Maybe you can, so it's fine. If you can, let go of the hand, keep the leg straight and active, and bring the right knee back forward. So you need to actively open the right knee forward. Keep the other leg straight. The front thigh is active. Flex your foot. Even if the knee is not completely straight, that's fine. Good. Now, both legs up. Both legs up, hip width apart. Both thighs are active. Yeah. And then bring your legs down. Stand the sole of your feet on the ground. Allow the lower back to relax. You can come to your breath. Feel the difference between the left and right side. Okay, and other side. So first, we're pushing away the knee. Maybe for that, you want to take the brick. My hands are not long enough. I need to take the brick. So I'm pushing and releasing. Okay, release the brick and bring the legs, both legs into 90-90, 290-90. Both feet are active, and this time the left knee will come forward. So you're taking the left knee away from you. The abdomen is active. If it's too much, bring your legs too much on the lower back. Bring the legs closer to the body. No need to come into pain in the lower back. And now, nobody sees what happened from the inside. Only you can feel. You're pushing two legs against each other. Push. Good. Activate your abdomen. Draw your navel in and up. Still breathing. Last moment. Now bring your hands in between the leg and outside of the leg. Interlace the fingers. Lift to straighten. And release. Lift. And release. Good. Feel the quads in the front getting activated. Feel the hamstrings in the back. Okay, release the hands and lift both legs up. So bend the knees to your abdomen and then push through the heels to straighten. Now, if it's too much or you cannot straighten, then you'll half straighten. Either all the way up or not. Whenever the heel goes up, the quads are active. Also the hamstrings. Engage the abdomen gently. I didn't mention the breath. Maybe it happens naturally. You exhale. Every time the legs go up, you exhale. Okay. And release. Don't hug your knees if you can. Instead, release the feet to the ground. And allow your lower back to relax. Feel the difference between the left and right side of the body. Stay on the ground. Oh, my camera is gone. Oh, sorry. Okay. I had a phone call. Okay. I'm back. Yes. All right. So through your right side, come to seated. Now I know that I can have phone calls too. Okay. So what are we going to do now? Take your bricks and place your bricks at the top of your mat. No, actually, it's not what I wanted to do. Take the bricks away. The phone call has distracted me. Okay, take the bricks away and come into your hands and knees, into all fours, into a neutral spine. So top of the head forward, tailbone, sitting bone backwards, draw your navel in and up, push the ground, elongate the back of your neck, straighten your elbows. Good. Okay, now take your legs back into plank. And from plank into downward dog. Rotate the shoulders away from the ears. Push the sitting bones up, release the head. Press the front thigh against the bone. Okay, and now you can look what we're going to do. You can also listen, it's up to you. So we've done it yesterday, I think. So we're gonna dip, yes, we did. We're gonna dip the knees down. So there's no need to take the knees all the way down. Instead, we're going to keep the spine long and just bend the knees, keep the sitting bones up, and straighten them. Keep the abdomen engaged, the front thigh is engaged. It's like you're folding into two. You're not trying to reach the knees down. Good. And really feel the activation of the thighs. If you do it quickly, usually you feel it less. Michal, notice your shoulders. Keep your arms strong. Shoulders don't move. Yes. Very good. Very good. Now we're going to change the movement. You're going to come into your hands and knees, almost touching and coming up. So now there's a full movement in the shoulders. Hands and knees almost touching and coming up. You can look if you want. Hands and knees almost touching. Neutral spine. The knees are not touching the ground, just almost. And up. Again. Yes. And up. Come again, forward, almost touching. And up. Twice more. And let me look at you. Yes. Try and recreate the neutral spine. One last time. And stay. Stay on your hands and knees. If you like, you can come into Adho Mukha Virasana to rest. Big toes are touching, knees slightly apart. You rest your hands. You elongate your hands. Or if you prefer, you can rest here. Okay, now we're going to do something very similar. You can watch for a moment. But we're going to do it from a different angle. You'll understand in a moment. So it will be feeling different. Okay, so all fours or all six. And then we're going to lift the knees and take them down. So I'm tucking my toes in. I'm trying to keep my neutral spine. And then I'm just lifting the knees. So exhale, lift the knees. Yeah, it's tiny, but you'll feel it very active. Basha, release the thoracic spine a little bit. It's a bit too rounded there. Yes. Yes, you got it. Up and down. Michal, separate your hands a bit more. Separate your hands. Yes. And Penelope, don't hit the ground. Very small. Good, that's it. Yes. 3 more times. And rest. Big toes are touching, knees to the side. Adho Mukha Virasana. If you can, keep your hands active. Okay. Come up again. And we're moving into a different kind of movement. So this is a variation of Shishtasana. Starting from the plank. First we're going to take the right hand in, and then we're going to turn to the front. When you turn to the front, Notice that your feet are where they were before this variation. Okay, so the feet are facing forward, and then they're just pivoting, and then you come to the center, you move the other hand and turn. Okay, good. So you can start if you haven't yet. We're gonna do, you don't need to lift the hand. You don't need to lift the hand. You do need to lift the hips. Yes. 3, maybe 5 to each side is enough. And rest. Take your knees down. Go all the way back. Adho Mukha Virasana. And come up. Come and rest on your side. So it's like a mermaid sit. Well, it's my right hand. I'm not sure if I'm a mirror to you or not. But anyway, I'm going to say it's the right. The right hand is just in front of the pelvis. You can be opposite. When we're going to go up to the same Shishtasana or variation of it, we're going to push the legs to lift. And this time, one foot is on top of the other, flex. Yeah. So when we're pushing, you can even, you can help yourself with the front hand, with the left hand. You're pushing. One foot is on top of the other. Whoop. One foot is on top of the other. You're lifting the hips, opening the chest. Go. Yes. If it's hard, one foot can be in front of the other. Yes. Lift the hips. Lift, lift, lift. Yes. And down. Okay. Other side. Ready? Let's do it together. Inhale, exhale, and lift. Lift, lift the hips off the ground. Open the chest. No need to lift the hand. And sit. Back down. Okay. First side. You're ready. Inhale. Exhale, push. Feet up, feet together. Flex the feet, open the chest. Lift the hips. And rest. Second side. Notice the way you move as well. Not that it needs to be something specific, but the way you move to the other side is also interesting. Inhale and exhale to push. Lift. Open. And come down, come forward into downward dog. Rotate the shoulders away from the ears, release the head. Good. And come to rest in Adho Mukha Virasana. Big toes are touching, knees apart. Your hands can be active or not, it's up to you. Okay, come up and now take your 2 bricks to the front of your mat. Place your hands on your bricks. Take your right foot forward. Now, okay. Now take your left leg back, as far back as you can, while still keeping the right knee on top of its ankle. So some of you need to take it further back. Penelope, further back. Yeah, good. Okay, now we're going to bend the knees slightly and straighten it. So slightly bend the knee and straighten it, engaging the front thigh, lifting the kneecap. Good. Keep going 10 times. Was it 10? Okay. Was it 10? Yes, other side. Left foot forward. Right foot as far back as you can. And go. Bending and straightening. Every time you straighten, you can exhale. Okay, I didn't count. Again. I'm a bad teacher. Does this feel like 10? Who counted? Okay. Feels like 10. Take your knees back. Adho Mukha Virasana. This time, keep your hands on the bricks. Tips of the fingers even on the bricks. And the head is not going down. Shoulders are active. So you're heavy on your legs, but you're not completely rested with your shoulders. You're heavy on your legs. Did I say that? Yeah, heavy on the legs. Pushing the thoracic spine in. Okay, inhale and come up. The entire palm is on the brick again. Right foot forward, left foot back. Okay, this time the left leg is active. Engage the front of the thigh, and we're gonna come up into hands in prayer. Inhale and come up, the base of the sternum. Good. Activate the back leg. And now we're gonna come down. So inhale up. This is the second time. We're gonna do 5 times. Exhale down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Change legs. And 1. Activate the back leg. 2. Sorry, no 2. Down. 2. And down. 3. Down. Up. Down. One last time. Up. Activate the back leg. And down. Okay. Downward dog. Maybe hands on the brick, maybe on the ground. Depends how slippery the situation is. Right foot forward. Right foot forward, and we're going to go into warrior 2. Okay, so the back leg, we want to adapt the knees to the feet to the situation. So the right foot is facing forward. That's okay. We're going to see that the heel is in one line to the inner arch. If not, then adapt it and turn the toes out a little bit. Good. The right knee is already bent. Come up into warrior 2. Stretch your hands. And come down. And change. Turn the feet. Look at the inner arch and the heel. Keep the knee bent. Come up. Warrior 2. And down. Downward dog for a moment. And right foot forward. This time into Parshvakonasana. So rotate the foot, the same feet of warrior 2. We're just going to open the left hand up. Good. Sink with the hips. And down. Change legs. Sink with the hips. Open. Change legs. Same asana. Same asana. Adapt the feet. Open. And this time we're going to take the hand over the head, but through the face. So forward, down, and next to the ear. Yes. Take the hand down. Downward dog. Change legs. Open. Through the face next to the ear. And down. Downward dog. And Adho Mukha Virasana, unless you feel that you want to keep it strong, stay in downward dog. If not, then relax down. With or without the bricks, it's up to you. Okay, come up and come all the way up to standing. Take your time, you can be creative or not. And then take your brick. We're going to stand in Kadasana. So I always like to look at you from the side in Kadasana if you can. The brick is in between the thighs and the thighs are rotated inward. The brick is quite close to the groin. The thighs are rotated inwards, hugging the brick, and the kneecaps are lifted. Ground through your heels and bring the weight, shift the weight of the body more towards the heels than the toes. Make sure you're not squeezing the big butt muscle. You're not squeezing anything. What you're squeezing actually or holding is the brick. Yeah. You don't want to squeeze the butt because this will take your thighs out. You want to have a rotation, inner rotation of the thigh. Okay. Lift the navel, draw your navel in and up. Lift the base of the sternum up. Rotate the shoulders back and stretch the fingers down. Lift through the top of your head. Ground through your heels, very much like we did when we just started the class sitting. So instead of the sitting bones, we have the heels. Ground through the heels and lift through the top of your head. Good. Virasana, lift your arms up. You can look up for a moment and see that your palms are parallel. Many times it means that we need to rotate the pinky fingers inwards. And then when you're lifting, you're not lifting from your shoulders. You're lifting from your shoulder blades. So you're feeling how the shoulder blades are going in towards the thoracic, towards the ribs, in and up. And then the legs are helping as well. So engage the front thigh, lift the kneecap. This will allow you, this will allow you to lift the knees, lift the hands, even higher, even easier. And release. Okay. Keep the same legs, same active legs, holding the brick, rotating inwards. And we're going to go into Badangulya. So Badangulya is where you interlace the fingers, two sides. One side is this, the other side is when you interlace into the other way. So first side, interlacing the fingers, standing the hands forward in front of your chest before you lift them. Standing the hands forward, activating the elbows, opening the palms. And then inhale and lift the arms. When you're lifting the arms, the legs are holding the brick even better. More weight to the heels. Don't try and take the hands over or behind the head. Try and take them up. It's like you want to meet the ceiling with your palms. Draw your navel gently in and up. Engage the elbows. Straighten the arms. Inner elbow to outer elbow to inner elbow. Look forward, bring the head a little bit backwards. Release through the side and then interlace the other way. If you're not sure you're going to do it naturally and then anti-natural. Push it forward, activate the arms, activate the legs. And as you inhale, you're going to lift. When you're lifting the hands, you're looking for, what you want to do is you want to lift the rib cage off the pelvis. So it's like you're lifting the hands to take the ribs away from the pelvis. Work harder with the legs, you'll have less effort with the hands. Good. Now, listen to this. You're going to release in this way. It's not really releasing. You're going to uninterlace the fingers and stand the arms up into Urdhva Hastasana. Good. And now release the hands. Okay. Good. Release the brick. And this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go into this temple pose. Sometimes it's called goddess pose. If you have knee pain in this, maybe you don't need to bend the knees or bend them a little bit, or just keep them straight. So the toes here are going out a bit. Yeah. So there's a spread between the legs. The toes are going out. So we're going to sit. Always sitting sound like it's comfortable. It's not comfortable. We're going to sit, and then we're going to lift. So when we're lifting, we're lifting the kneecaps, engaging the front thigh, and lifting through the spine and chest. So the hands are going to come to the side in a 90-90. This is the tempo. When you're sitting, it's the tempo. So inhale, exhale, sit. Now we're in the tempo or the goddess. Let's take another inhalation. And as you exhale, push. And you can do this with your hands. You give this power to the leg, in my feeling. Sit. Exhale, push. Sit. Very good. Exhale, push. 3 more times. Tempo. Push. One last time, we're going to stay. Stay. Open the chest. Good. Draw your navel in and up. And push. Close the step. We're not done with this completely, but close the step for a moment. Stand in Kadasana. Come to your center. You can close your eyes. Come to your breath. Okay. Open your eyes and take the goddess or temple pose legs again. What we're going to do is this. We're going to sit, and then we're going to have this kind of variation style, Parshva variation. Okay? This and that. Let's go. So come to center, elbow on the side, not elbow, what is this? You know what it is. And the other side. Good. Let me look at you. Keep going. Yes. One last time to each side. And then straighten the knees once you're done. Rotate the heels out. And this is the kind of resting asana that we're going to have. So it's not really resting, but it's not resting. Keep your thighs active, hands on the waist. You can close your eyes, come to your breath. Okay, open your eyes and take your 2 bricks. Maybe you don't need them. Actually, let's all start with them anyway. So We're going to go into Prasarita Padottanasana. So big spread between the legs. The outer lines of your feet are parallel and the bricks are in front of you, just under your shoulders. So there's a tendency to take the sitting bones backwards. Bring the sitting bones forward so they're above your heels. Good. Okay. Now it's like we're trying to create a neutral spine here. So pushing through the top of your head, pushing through your hands, lifting the kneecaps, and pushing the sitting bones backwards. Tailbone backwards. Draw the navel in and out. So you're not leaning. I mean, you are leaning on the bricks a bit, but you're not leaning, you're pushing. You're pushing against. Barbara, you can separate your bricks. Yeah. Good. If this is enough for you, for your lower back, for your hamstrings, then you're going to stay here. If you feel quite comfortable, you can move away the bricks and bring your hands to the floor. Good. At all times, the front thigh is going to stay active. Now, if this is enough, you stay here. If you can, you take your hands, you walk your hands backwards until your fingers are in one line with your toes. If this is enough, you stay here. If you can, bring the head towards the floor. And then bring the elbows closer to each other. Shift the weight of the body if the head is touching the ground. Shift the weight of the body a little bit forward towards the head. And we're going to reverse it back. Lift up. Bring the tips of the fingers on the ground or on the bricks. Lift. And close the step. Close the step. Come up. We're going to do the asana again. And if you like, you can challenge yourself. If there's no need for a challenge, just go back to the same asana again. So what is important in the asana is that you keep the thighs active. And here, with this variation, what is important is you always go, it's funny to say, but it's important, that you always go one and then the second. Okay? And come down in the same way. So we're going to have our feet on the bricks. If it's slippery, what you can do is fold the mat on your bricks. Fold the mat on your bricks, and then it doesn't stay. Okay. Okay. Good. If not, if you're not doing this, just go back to the other asana where your hands were on the bricks. Okay. Now hold your ankles and bring your head down. Sitting bones out. Elbows to the sides. Activate the front thigh. Very good. Activate the front thigh. Activate the inner thigh. Now take your hands to the floor and reach them as far forward as you can. If you have your bricks, do the same with your bricks. Keep your legs very active. Okay, and we're going to go down one leg at a time. And then up. Good. Stand in Kadasana again. Open your chest. Rotate the shoulders, stretch the fingers, lift through the crown of your head. And release. Come back to seated. So you can take the bricks behind you. And we're going to go into something very similar to what we started with. Just for a moment, separating your feet. This time the hands are on the ground behind you. So you don't need to stay like up and with straight spine. You can lean back. So there's a little bit of an arch in this spine. And then you're moving your legs from side to side. Allowing the hips to rotate. Allowing the thighs to rotate. Allowing the lower back, the psoas area, or the psoas, not area, to relax, to soften. Okay, and back to center. So I'll do it here. So rotate to one side. I'll do it like this. Rotate to one side and then take the back leg to the front and over. Yeah, so your front leg is like a pigeon leg, 90-90, and the back leg is coming forward and across. So it looks like a twist in classic yoga, but it's something a bit different. Good. Now we're turning towards, how do I say? Towards where we took the leg. So for me, it's to my right. Good. Yes. Now you're having your back to me, but it's okay. Now come onto your elbows if you can. Yes, good. Come to your elbows. If there's pain in the SI joint area, come higher up. If it's really easy, maybe you can even take your elbows to the side and bring the head towards the ground. Now, you're going to start moving for me, it's the left. You're going to start moving the left knee back and forward. So you're rocking the body a little bit. Yeah. Good. And let's see what happens if we straighten the bottom leg forward. So the leg that was in 90-90 on the ground, what happens if you straighten it forward? How does it feel? Feel with the movement. Good. And take the bend the knee again, come up. And either we take, I think in English it's called like fire log. So either we take that, or if it's too difficult, because for most of us it will be too much, then we go into Swastikasana or Sukhasana. And then we did it yesterday. We're going to walk forward and walk backward. Walk forward, walk back. Good. And then come up. So if you were having the fire log, you take the leg down, open the legs again, turn. One, turn like this, turn, and take the foot into a twist. Yes, good. And now we're turning into what we call the open side of the twist, and we go down. First, it's the elbows, then if it feels nice, it could be the head. And then start moving the knees. So there's a little bit of a rocking. Then we can see what happens if we straighten the leg forward. Try and keep on rocking. Maybe nothing, maybe a lot. Good. Push yourself up, bring the leg back into a 90-90. Maybe fire log, maybe the other Sukhasana. Yeah, so change legs, make sure. And then start walking forward and backward. And we're exploring sensations as we move along. We have no goal for this class. We have no goal to reach into the asana or to reach into a stretch. We're just exploring sensations as we go. Okay. Let's do it one last time. And come up. Release the legs. You can lean for a moment and kind of shake the legs from the hips. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to go back into Janu Shishtasana. This time, if you have a blanket, take the blanket. Sit on the blanket, especially if you have tight hamstrings. If you don't have a blanket, the brick is good, or just the floor, also fine. Okay. Bring your right leg towards you and out. The foot, well, in the classic way, it's a bit more open, but this is really not friendly in my opinion, an experience to the hip joint. So we're going to do this one, which is in Ashtanga yoga, they practice it. So the foot is going to be against the inner thigh, just like we did before. The other foot, the straight leg, is going to be active. The front thigh is active, the foot is active. Open your hands to the side, lift up, inhale. As you exhale, come forward. If you can reach, grab your toes, and we're going to concave the back. So to concave the back is to come into a back bend in a forward bend. So open the chest, look up, concave the back, and then take the elbows to the side and bring the head down. It doesn't have to go really low. And this is what we're doing. Opening, concaving the back. If you can reach the foot, the strap, or holding your shin is good. Concaving the back, inhale. And exhale, open, come forward. Twice more. Open. And down. Open. Elbows to the side. Down. Good. Up. And to the other side. Open. Reach. Concave the back, open the chest. And to the side. Elbows up. Keep the elbows up to keep the chest open. Concave. And down. Concave. And down. Up to open. Down. One last time. Up. Open. And down. Up. And come up. Bring yourself back into lying on the ground. And we're going to release the lower back by taking the legs from side to side. So a lot of those movements really sweet to the lower back, to the hips. And then next time that your legs are on the right, keep your legs to the right and stay in a twist. Soften your abdomen. And soften your lower back. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side. The legs are heavy. The belly is breathing. And then bring the legs up and keep them standing on the ground in CRP, in constructive rest. Bring your hands on your pelvis or abdomen. And with your hands, allow the weight of your hands to bring the lower back or to relax the lower back. And with every exhalation, the lower back sinks down towards the ground. Okay, good. Now roll on to your right hand side and come into seated. So we're going to go into a restorative, and I'm going to give you a few options. Today, I'm going to give you also something else. If you have a bolster or a big cushion, then you might want to take a restorative Adho Mukha Svanasana, Virasana. This. So we've done a few forward folds today. It can be nice to have a forward fold restorative at the end. If you don't have a bolster or you don't feel like doing it, then it's not for you. If you feel like doing it, you don't have a bolster, just regular Adho Mukha Virasana. And if not, if you feel like a chest opening, then I'm going to give you the two options of before. If you already chosen yours, you can go and practice. So either this, you have your two bricks, one after the other. You have your blanket ready on your lap. The brick is going to touch your, just behind the base of your sternum. So your T6 or T7 vertebra. And then you're going to take the blanket and go back. It needs to feel good. The chest needs to be very open. The legs here are active. Same legs as Kadasana. If you want to take it deeper, then you can, into a deeper back bend, then you can stand one brick. You see this? The other one is like that, sitting. No need for the blanket. You're holding the brick. The brick will be under your shoulder blade, supporting your shoulder blade. And the other brick will support the base of your skull. This is also very nice, but you should feel that it's right for you. If you have some tenderness in the lower back, stand the sole of your feet on the ground, take the buttocks away, and bring the legs forward again. If it doesn't help, then keep them up. Keep the chest open. Good. So whatever you chose, whether it's face down, Adho Mukha, or face up, Urdhva Mukha, close your eyes and come to your breath. Very nice. Keep the legs active if you can. Bring your feet together in a chest opening. Bring your feet together. Yes. Rotate the thighs inward. Activate the feet. And now you can choose whether you're staying here for your Shavasana or you're going into an actual classic Shavasana. It's really up to you. We're going to have about 3 minutes of Shavasana. Close your eyes. Come to your breath. With every exhalation, the body becomes heavier, more and more relaxed. Bring your awareness back into your physical body. Find a way to roll into your right hand side. One leg at a time, one arm at a time. Supporting your head either with your arm or with a blanket. If you're choosing to stay in Shavasana, it's good. Just stay. No problem. And for the rest of you, push yourself up. Make sure that your head is coming up last. Push yourself with your hand. Elongate the spine. You can close your eyes. Bring your palms to Namaste, the base of the sternum. Lift the base of the sternum towards the thumbs. Bow the head down. With gratitude. So thank you. Thank you for joining me again.